Since I was 16 years old, I always searching for achieve my dreams, and I fought the best of the best over 20 years. I give it all. My blood, my sweat, my tears. What I did for the sport, not many guys did.
Vitor Belfort came in when he was like 19 years old and literally took over the sport.
Think about all those old school fights against him against Tank Abbott, him against Scott Ferozzo and Trey Telligman. I mean, that was the early days of the UFC. And when he won the heavyweight tournament in Dothan, Alabama in '97, Vitor literally changed the way people thought about MMA.
Vitor Belfort is for real. The sky is the limit for this Brazilian.
He was like a new breed of mixed martial artists.
There was nobody with hands like him back then. There was nobody that was a black belt in jiu-jitsu that had the kind of blazing hand speed that Vitor had. Precise boxing, lethal strikes.
He was one of the fastest fighters in history. He's had a lot of classics, but the one that comes to mind is that blitz across the cage with Vanderlei Silva. That's just iconic.
44 seconds! The knockout by Vitor Belfort!
This is a man who is littered across the UFC record books. Belfort's faced 11 current or former UFC or Pride champions. Stopped Randy Couture in round 1 to win that UFC light heavyweight title. That was all the way back in '04 at UFC 46.
His flurries are those of legend.
He has that mindset, like, you're gonna wish that you never fought me again in your life.
He's out cold. Vitor Belfort!
You want to talk about hand speed? There's no one like Vitor Belfort. You want to talk about violence? He's one of the most violent, nasty guys that's ever done it.
That's what everyone is scared of when they fight this guy. He's got you rocked. He is the most dangerous striker on the planet.
Wherever I hit, people go down.
Oh!
All it can take is one slight opening for his opponent to be twitching on the canvas. Oh, there it is!
Oh my God!
Vitor Belfort was great with his hands, great on the ground, was an incredible athlete, strong, fast, explosive.
He's beat some of the greatest fighters mixed martial arts has ever seen. Knocked out Michael Bisping, knocked out Dan Henderson.
Vitor Belfort has done it again!
Vitor Belfort will be remembered as an absolute legend. Scary man to fight up until the end.
Weidman's in trouble!
When you think of Pride, when you think of UFC, when you think of all old school MMA, you can't help but to think of Vitor. The sport wouldn't be what it is today without him and his influence.
He's done everything you can do in this sport.
He stuck around through all the eras, you know, from no rules to Pride rules, all the way to the UFC.
To be able to fight with that type of longevity is something to behold.
I believe Vitor is one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous fighter in UFC history.
It didn't matter if the fight was on the floor, if the fight was on the feet, you were always in danger.
He is one of the pioneers of this sport, one of the absolute legends of the game.
He represents what it is to be a mixed martial artist at the highest level.
Vitor Belfort has always been a fighter's fighter. He's always been must-see TV, and he is a guy that deserves his place here in the UFC Hall of Fame.
Congratulations on a remarkable mixed martial arts career. Let the phenom hear it one final time. Vitor